Okay, so for drawing 6-56, a couple of different ways we can draw this thing. We can either draw this as a circular, like a cylinder, and then add the bottom part of it, a rectangular bottom to it, or we can draw it as a rectangular prism and then round over the corners using the fillet command. I think that way would probably be the easiest or the fastest. So that's the way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to make this into a tall rectangle, create a prism out of it. So it's 3 inches tall from the bottom up to the center of the circle, and then from the center of the circle up to the top edge is 1.62. 0.625 is actually 5/8, so we're going to round this thing up to 1.625, and that means coming across this way 1.625 times 2. Let's see what that is. That's 3.25. Okay, so this piece right here, I just took 1.62 times 2 to get this measurement, and then 3 plus 1.62 to get the height. All right, so let's go to our canvas. I'm going to work on the front. I'm going to work on the front view, so I'm going to turn that square. I'm going to create a sketch. Sketches of a rectangle. And the height, I said, is going to be, hold on. So 3 plus 1.65, so that's 4.65. And the width is 3.25. Check mark. Turn it sideways. Highlight it. Go extrude. And it is a 3-inch wide extrusion. Good. Now, I'm going to round over the corners. Remember I said the top of this needs its corners rounded over, so I'm just going to use the fillet command right here. Fillet. Set the fillet radius at 1.62. And click on that. And click on that. Pretty easy, easy peasy. I'm going to slide over to this face right here, which is the right side. And I'm going to create a rectangle, so sketch. And the height of this side is 1.12. So to dimension 1.12. All right. And I'm going to turn this sideways. Let's see. And the whole thing is 7 inches long. This is 3.25. So this has got to be 3.75. So done with that. Highlight the rectangle. Extrude. We're going to add, and it's going to be 3.75 for the length of the extrusion. Okay. So far, so good. Now we're going to cut the 2 circular holes on this face here. So I'm just going to go to the front view, and we're going to do a sketch of the circle. We need to make sure that the circle is at the same center point. So make sure you put your mouse on the outside of the circle for a second, and then go to the center of the circle, and it should give you the center point of the circle. That way we know they're concentric, right? And this is a diameter of 2. So I'm going to go dimension this, and it is a 2-inch diameter. Exit. Highlight. Extrude. This time we're going to remove. and it's going to go in a 1/2 inch, so 0.5. Done. And we're next going to work on this inside surface. So click on that inside surface, go back to the front, do another sketch with a circle. Hang out here for a second, go to the center. And this is a 1.5 diameter. So dimension. 1.5 diameter. And that 1.5, be done with the sketch, highlight the 1.5, and it's going to be extruded, remove. Instead of blind, we're going to go through all. Right, so there's the top part. Next, we're going to work on this top surface. And I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to create a sketch of a circle somewhere right over here. Dimension, it's a 2-inch diameter. Now we have to locate this one. This one here was just at the center of this circle. This one we actually have to locate it. So let's look at where it's located. It shows from this edge to the center is 1.5. And then it doesn't give us one this way, so it must be centered. So it's going to be 1.5 from both of these corners, because 3 is the total. So 1.5 in both directions. So when I dimension this from the top to the center, this has got to be 1.5. And from the side to the center, this one's got to be 1.5. So now it's in the exact location that it needs to be. So we're done with the sketch. Highlight the circle. Extrude. We're going to remove. It's going to be 0.5 is our depth. And done. And then the last thing, highlight the bottom surface here. Let's go to the top. I'm going to create a sketch of another circle. Hang out on the edge for a second. Go to the center. Dimension. This is 1.5 for the diameter. Check mark. Highlight this inner part of the sketch. We're going to remove, and it's, instead of blind, we're going to do through all. Who's the man? Milton is, rah, rah, rah. Okay, so now we're going to move this and put it on a paper. Create a drawing. Okay. And we're going to select this one. Front view. Place it here. Straight above. Place it here. Uh-oh, my computer's lagging. Click on the front view again. Come over here. Place the right side view. Come back, click on the front view. Go up at an angle. Drop off the pictorial view, then hit escape to break out of that. Right mouse click on each of the views. show hidden lines. Right mouse click, show hidden lines. Right mouse click. Show hidden lines. Now we have to go through and add in the center lines. So to add center lines for the hidden view, we click on this button right here. You click on the outer edges. Outer edges. Outer edges. Okay, I hit escape, and I'm going to take that line and I need to extend it. Because it needs to stick past the edge of the drawing on both sides. So make sure that you extend those center lines so they stick past the edge of the drawing. This one too. This one has a line that's in the same location. It's going to end up looking like that. Now we need center lines for these. And remember, you've got 3 circles here, 1, 2, and this outside one. So we have to include this in the center line. So let's go 2-point center line. I'm going to click on the outside edge of the big circle. The outside edge. Like that, and I'm going to need to extend this one down. Okay, same thing over here. 2-point circle, always do the biggest circle. This way and this way. So center lines here, yep. Center lines here, yep. Center lines here, yep. I do not need to include the center lines for the isometric view, but you do have to fill out the title block. Okay. Fill that out completely. I like to take your name and put it in the middle and make it bigger. Double click on it, highlight your name, and make the font size larger. And then this is drawing what is this one called? This is 6-56, I think. Here's 6-56. Check mark. And get rid of these things. These things. There we go. Looks all good. And that is the completion.